Welcome. You've got dads.
Welcome back. So, last episode we went on our third and final date with Damien. And this episode we're gonna go on our third and final date with Brian. And to explain the pun title of this episode, Love's Been a Little Bit Harding on Me. It's after a country pop song from the 80s by Juice Newton called Love's Been a Little Bit Hard on Me. And I'm going to rep the song just a second because, one, it's a fun song, but if you go to YouTube and you watch the music video, it's just absolutely hilarious. Because at the end, you're just like, this poor woman, like, oh my god. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's just so funny. And I like, whenever I feel down, I feel like I can watch that video and, have like a temporary pick-me-up. But anyway, we're just going to get on with Brian's final date. And hopefully it'll go well. So, just a reminder, at the end of the date, there's the ending scenario. And because we already went through it once with Damien, we're actually going to kind of speed through the ending scenarios. We're not going to use the fast forward button, but I'm going to go through the dialogue really quick until it gets to any points where the dialogue is specifically different due to the ending of the dad involved. So, unfortunately, with this game, a lot of the dialogue in the ending scenarios is exactly the same, so it can get a little monotonous.
Ugh. Mm. Oh. Hmm. Yeah. Mm.
We're always arm candy. We're really attractive, Dad. Come on, give us some credit.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna rant like for 2 seconds. I really hate flip-flops. To me, they're just some of the most annoying footwear ever created. Like it's a bad idea. It's such a bad idea, and they make annoying noises. Good, because there shouldn't even been a last time. You should have never worn flip-flops ever at any point in your life.
Ah. Eh? Huh. Hmm. Hmm. Eh?
So, the interesting thing is, like, Alex got suspended for vaping in the school bathroom. What does him being suspended or her being suspended from school have anything to do with his or her ability to attend a carnival which isn't even related to the school? I mean, that logic isn't following for me.
Oh. Hmm. Huh?
Thing is, it's not that weird because the carnival is extremely close to the cul-de-sac. I don't feel like Maple Bay is actually a very big town, so it's not really that unbelievable to me. Like, I know they planned this, but it's just not that unbelievable.
Ah.
Remember, this is a euphemism for Brian's penis.
Eh? Ah.
The interesting part is just how quickly he latched onto that. It's almost like when you have a crush on somebody, or a friend of yours has a crush on somebody, it doesn't really matter who actually has the crush. And they can't stop talking about who they have a crush on. And so they don't realize that they talk about this person a ton. So it's kind of cute that, you know, this rivalry, we know it's a crush. We know it's a crush, clearly. But it's funny that this rivalry is occluding any recognition of that. Can we go home now? Like, I at this point, like, because I am such a non-competitive person, except for in very few scenarios, like, having to deal with 2 dates of this already has been annoying. Another date of this is just like, just shoot me right now, please. It's like, I don't get people who are this competitive. In fact, people who are competitive all the time just annoy me because it's just like, they can never seem to turn themselves off and be a normal person.
Oh no.
That actually wasn't a bad line, but just get over yourself.
Oh. Mm. Dad.
Why don't y'all just whip out your dicks, do a size comparison contest, and get it over with? Like, that's what this feels like. Just chill.
Hey.
Ugh.
Hey.
Oh.
Okay, the music just randomly stopped. I guess it got tired of this competition as well. Okay, I am not a bragging person, but oh my god, Brian, Skee Ball is honestly my favorite arcade game. So prepare to lose. I mean, that's just gonna. I just have to say that. Like ski, I don't know what it is. I just really like Skee Ball. I just think it's really fun. That and I can't do DDR, so it's a good second, I guess. I don't know if I would say I'm the best. I'm actually pretty shitty at it, but I like doing it. It's a fun game.
Hey.
That's a euphemism for Noel's penis. And that's a euphemism for Brian's penis. There's a lot of penis in this date. Heads up.
Ski that ball.
Alright. So I have made the 100 before, but it's not that easy. So I usually just go for the middle, you know, hit some 40s, some 50s. It's usually the best way to go about it. I mean, I kind of want to go for the 100, but I know it's a bitch to get it. Alright, we'll try. We'll try a few times, at least. But if I keep trying, Brian's going to catch up, and I do want to beat him at this game, because it's Skee Ball. I don't care about any of the other games. Skee Ball is the one that I would just... I don't want to lose to. Looks like we're going to win. Yay! Well, I did tell you, Brian, that I am absolutely amazing at Skee Ball, although I'm really not, but at this Skee Ball, I am amazing, because all you do is just click a mouse button. That's Brian's penis. So that means we get a hunk of meat for our prize. Delicious. I guess I can tone it down a bit, but it's just... They just had to use the lawn care tools which sound most phallic. Like pole saw, pole, hello. It's just... Weed whacker is a bit less phallic, but it still sounds pretty phallic because of the whacking, right? This is a nice sentiment, but I know she doesn't want to be involved in this. I'm just gonna be cool, I guess.
Hey. Hey.
There's... All of Brian's dates have me putting my head in my hands all the freaking time. There's no way to be good at a carnival ride. There's no competition in a carnival ride. Thing is, whenever I go to carnivals or fairs or anything with a Ferris wheel, usually there's a pretty big line for the Ferris wheel.
Hmm? Ah. Huh.
Whoa!
I just think that their coordination for this is so cute. Like, look at you, parent trapping little mofos. Look at you. That is cute. It's a nice view, though.
Well...
So I'm thinking either Amanda paid him to, halt the ride, or maybe she halted the ride herself, or, it could be a complete coincidence. But we'll never know. Damn it. Hand stuff is always fun. Oh, mouth stuff is even better. This is going to be a boring Ferris wheel ride if you don't allow that. Why would you hate to admit it? What's so bad about admitting that this is a good view? That doesn't make any damn sense. So, I don't actually know what fruit leather is. Is it like fruit roll-ups? Is that what it is? Because I've never called it fruit leather. If I had to choose, cherry, because I hate mangoes. Okay, no need to be rude. Jeez. I don't see why he's being so antagonistic. Like, there's literally no need for this. We have really actually gotten along with Brian in both of our 2 dates prior to this. So there's really no good explanation for why we're being a dick right now. Like, this is how I know that the dadsona needs to get laid. Like, that much unchecked aggression and rage, yeah. Just stick a penis in the hole and call it a day, because he clearly needs something. Either his needs to go in something or something needs to go in him. I don't know which, because I never decided if my dadsona is top or bottom or versatile, but it's just, he needs to get laid. That's what this date is clearly showing me.
Whoa! Ah.
See, he's trying to be friendly. Oh, come on. Please tell me Brian isn't going to keep his eyes closed throughout this whole date.
Ah.
Okay, thank God. But Brian is just trying to be nice. Like, I cannot fault Brian one bit.
Whoa!
Is that so hard to believe, really? I mean, some people are kind of generous people. Like, Brian has a competitive streak, but I don't think he's an asshole. I don't think he's trying to be an asshole. I do think he pushes himself too far with the competition, but still.
Aha!
But he doesn't have the weed whacker as far as I know.
Whoa!
Oh, the hate sex y'all are gonna have later is probably gonna be really good.
don't know about that. Hmm.
You should. Oh my god. So I'm definitely not going to pick the third option. And actually, if you pick the third option, it can lead you to a scenario where you can die. So in this game, you can actually die. It's very rare. There's maybe like 2 scenarios that I know of where it can happen, and this is one of them. But we're not going to do that, of course. So we have the choice to be honest with ourselves, which I think is usually always a good thing, or being honest with Brian. We're going to go with ourselves because, you know, self-healing starts with the self. That's what starts with self-healing. And if we can, you know, heal ourselves first, then we can heal whatever relationship we have with Brian. We can salvage, you know, whatever is there. Yes, but you were too dumb or too stubborn or too arrogant to take her, you know, concerns to heart. Thing is, you don't need to have low self-esteem, and you don't need to feel inadequate. There's so many good things about your life. You have a wonderful daughter. You have a wonderful relationship with your daughter. You're actually a rather good-looking guy. I mean, you're kind of like a jack of all trades and skills, although sometimes you can be extremely naive and dumb. As weird as you can be, you're a rather sociable person. You're a good listener. You tend to accept people for the way they are. I mean, like, on our last date with Damien, you know, Damien is super eccentric, and we didn't judge him for it. We accept him as he was. Even though Robert is super distant, we've accepted him as he is. Even though Hugo is extremely ashamed about his love of wrestling, we've accepted that. We've encouraged these people to become better, you know, better versions of themselves by accepting themselves and, you know, working on what they feel they need to work on in their life. But somehow we haven't had the introspection, rather, that we should do that ourselves. So, like I said, there's no reason for him to have low self-esteem or feel inadequate. He's a wonderful person with a great life, but maybe he's just taking it for granted and he doesn't realize that. The thing is, he is those things. Brian is actually a really cool person. He can be annoying at times, but, you know, he's also got a really good relationship with his daughter. He's a good-looking guy. He's extremely robust and strong. He's a good fisherman. He's a good deck builder. You know, he likes to be outgoing. You know, he has a lot of good things going for him.
Ah. Aha.
Yeah, because we could have died if I had taken that scenario.
Oh. Hmm?
Ah! Whoa! What? Uh, hmm.
Hmm? Whoa!
Uh,
Uh-huh.
The thing is, though, would the ride attendant allow you to bring a pole onto the ride? Because somehow I don't imagine they would. And there's no way you could hide it. Those metal grabbing poles, they're rather long things. It's not like you can just hide it behind your back and be like, oh yeah, I don't have anything. No, people are gonna know. Not might have been, it was.
Whoa! Hey.
So this is just like the fishing minigame. And all you have to do is line up these three. Honestly, I don't consider this even a minigame because it's just too basic. And you have 2 minutes to do it. If you can't get that in 2 minutes, you are extremely pathetic.
Match that fish.
Alright, you ready for this challenge? You know what? No, we're just going to do it as is.
Now you're fishing.
Boom. Done. Like I said, it's just, I don't know why they put that in there, to be honest. Like, if they were going to put that in there, they should have put it in there with only, like, I don't know, 5 seconds to do it. Because it's absolutely no challenge to do that.
Hey.
Hey.
Ah.
Eh?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh.
All right. Ah.
Well, you kind of put this whole parent trap, get Brian and me to reconcile thing together, so, you know, there's your silver lining.
Ah.
Hey. Hmm?
What? I agree. I have never seen a child unenthusiastic about fireworks. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen any person alive unenthusiastic about fireworks.
Hey. Hey.
Oh my god.
Aha.
It was not that hard to know. Let's be honest. It was not that hard.
Hey.
Exactly.
Hey.
See, the dad Zona hates fishing, but I think because of this experience, he might actually like fishing now, or he might be a bit more open to fishing.
Ah. Ah. Oh.
You mean like the pent-up sexual aggression? Is that what it is? Is lawn mowing a euphemism for sex?
Ah. Oh.
Oh my god, that's so sweet. Wow. That's like barely any dad points.
That was a great date.
I'm surprised I actually got an A on this one. I was expecting an S. I'm trying to think of what I could have done differently. Well, I do know one of the options I chose could have gotten me more points, so that probably was it. So when you win the skee ball, if you choose the speech option, that'll get you more points. But to me, it's not something I would naturally do. So I'll settle with an A. It's fine. So now we get to speed through a lot of the ending conversations because there's no difference. I am going to go with a different choice this time. So last time we went with the what no choice. I'm going to go with the it's the Fed's choice.
Ugh. Ugh.
And now we have, you know, a lot of the same dialogue for a little bit.
Ah. Huh. Yes.
And she gets the, you know, the DVD box set of the show they like. now they go to her surprise graduation party.
Man.
Hey! Hey!
And of course, Joseph is still trying to pick us up and get at this daddy D.
Oh,
And this time, because we never had that, we never had the situation in Damien's third date where Hugo and Ernest get the dog. Then Hugo gets much less dialogue at the party. I kind of wish there was a way after each scenario that you could save it and then just pick up from there, and it would kind of act like you went on the third date. I mean, I know it can't because that would just really screw with the dynamics of the game, but I really wish that it would do that, because I would rather have the ending get filled with as much dialogue and as much stuff as possible, and it doesn't because of that limitation.
Ah. Pew! Ah.
yes.
The thing is, I don't know why Robert's so down in the party. Like, I don't know, he was happy to see us, like he was smiling when he came up to us, and now he seems sad about something.
Oh.
So now this situation is new because it's Brian's final date and Brian's ending.
Huh? Ah.
Okay, now we have our small conversation with Amanda, which is exactly the same unless you chose options throughout the whole game to not be a good dad to her. And then this would be different. But since all of our options accumulated so far have always been rather good with Amanda, we're always going to get the good dad ending with her.
Hmm? Nah. Ugh. Pew!
Ah. Hey. Ah. Aha. Oh. Aha. Ah. Hey.
And since we got only A's and S's in Brian's date, we of course get the reward pinup for Brian. And it's rather very skin showing. It's kind of a nice pinup. I think it's a pretty good design style. But anyway, that ends our date with Brian. And so next time we're going to embark on our date, on our final date with the next dad, and just tune in to see who that's going to be. Alright, bye.